So this is a frequency table, and it's a frequency table because we have categories and we have the number of people that fit that category, or the number of items that fit that category. The number of items is a measure of frequency, okay? And then these are the categories. So frequency table is a measure of categorical variables. This is talking about the cumulative relative frequency. Cumulative relative frequency means adding up all the different frequencies up to that point in the table. So you can make another column here that could be cumulative relative frequency, and it starts off at the top at 0.2, but then you keep adding up the other frequencies. So at this point in the second row, this is 0.5 because 0.2 plus 0.3 makes 0.5. And then this is 0.9 because I just added the next frequency back to our running total. And it should always end up with 1 because you've added up all the options, so you're at 100%. So the cumulative relative frequency for brown is 0.9. Let's see what else we got here. Frequency tables organize qualitative or quantitative data by categories. That is true. Frequency tables, that last frequency table was talking about blue, green, different categories, okay? Categories are like boxes you could put items in. You know, this is a green item, so we put it in the green box. So frequency tables, they have categories as one of the axes because we're counting up how many people fit the green category, how many people fit the red category. And then here's another question about cumulative relative percentage. Cumulative means, you know, the total so far, adding up all the options. So a cumulative relative percentage is a running total of the relative frequencies. You keep adding, like we saw, like I showed you in that first table. You add the next one to make a running total for the cumulative frequency. Then you add the next frequency to the running total until you get to 1, which represents 100%. It's not the sum of all frequencies, because the sum of the frequencies in the table should be 1. Okay, the cumulative relative percentage is summing them up, but it's different at different points. So we can't just say it's what happens when you add them all up all at once. It's a running total. Relative frequency of that category, no, that's just relative frequency. Okay, cumulative relative frequency means it is the frequency of that category plus all the other categories that have already come up in the table. So that's why the words running total are used.